The Living Room of the Future is a research experiment looking at our relationship with technology in the near future, particularly our relationship with the Internet of Things.
We could see that there's trends where more and more devices are collecting more and more data, and they're using that data to build new type of experiences.
It's our way of trying to explore the intersection between Internet of Things and people's personal data.
If we want to use people's data, then we have to do it in a trusted way, we have to do it in an ethical way.
What you're going to experience when you first enter into the living room of the future is it will probably be in the first instance quite familiar. There's a screen, there's a tablet, there's a fan, there's sofas. But what's going on underneath is some really interesting stuff.
If you interact with one of the smart objects, has an influence on the film. So for example, one of them is the water, which has NFC at the bottom of the bottle. So when you pick up the bottle, it knows that you picked up the bottle. The living room of the future is not about saying, this is exactly what your living room of the future will be. It was a provocateur to go, what kind of data could be used? While the experience is going on, there's a monitor in front of you telling you explicitly what data is being collected, how it's being used. Trust is the centre of the BBC. It's in our remit, it's so important. How ethical can we be with this data? How can we provide this data to you so you can make choices, informed choices about what you want, what you don't want. I do think it really got the public thinking about the living room as a place to collect data.
I'm not necessarily comfortable giving away my data, but equally I'm aware of the benefits that intelligent decisions can bring to your life.
If it's identifiable data, personal data, then it's what is that going to be used for other than to service me?
I'd like to know everything was going along in a good way rather than a bad way.
In my ideal world, maybe there'd be something where I knew that any data that's being used about me is very manageable by me.
Data box is a box that can sit in your home. It can be a real box, a physical box, but it's in your house, and it's a gateway to your data and the outside world. And the idea there is that instead of sending data to the cloud, the data stays at the edge of the network, and the edge of the network would be your home. And what it fundamentally tries to encourage is people not taking, or third parties, not taking your data away, but processing it locally at the edge to deliver a service for you.
One of the key findings, just initially anyway, is that we need to make it a lot more explicit about what data is being used and why. People really welcome the transparency and awareness of the monitor and of the data receipt, for example, because when they knew what the data was doing and why, it felt a little bit more trusting and it put people at ease. And what we want to do is build systems and build interactions that are transparent and they are trusting and they provide agency for people over that data. We're not out to harvest as much data as possible. We want to use the right data to provide the right experiences